Tonight from Fenway, the Stars are out in Boston as the Red Sox face Mike Trout's Angels, the two-time MVP, in a battle with not one but two Red Sox hitters to be named the American League's top player. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us. Great night for ball game. I'm Dave O'Brien, my partner, Red Sox Hall of Famer Jerry Remy, and also Jemai Webster in just a couple of moments. And Rem, look at this one tonight on the same diamond. Betts, Trout, Martinez. There's your MVP race right there.
Well, it's so much fun, to watch great players. And we're going to see great players in this series for the Red Sox and for the Angels. Of course, it starts with Mookie Betts for the Red Sox. 338 average, second in Major League Baseball in that category. 19 home runs. Now, if he was not hurt for that period of time, he'd probably be up there with Martinez and Trout in those numbers. All three of them, the OPS, absolutely off the charts. And you can see that Martinez and Trout both tied for first in Major League Baseball with 23 home runs. So, you kind of thought of this series as a Betts versus Trout, and then you start thinking, wait a minute, you got to put Martinez's name in here, too, because this is special. So, people who love baseball, who want to see a great ball game, we can't promise that, but we can promise you great players.
No question about that. Red Sox Angels, game number 1 of 3 coming up from Fenway Park. And in a moment, Jemai is back with more details on the DL situation of the knuckleballer Stephen Wright. That move made before tonight's ball game. He'll have the corresponding move as well. Sox and the Halos on the way from Fenway. .com. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger Program. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Kenyon Grills, the official grill of the Boston Red Sox. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Picture perfect night for a ball game here at Fenway Park. Red Sox taking on the Angels. Game 1 of 3. Time now for our Xfinity X1 report as we go to Jemai Webster.
Thank you very much, Dave. We're here in the Xfinity Zone with some news on Stephen Wright. As we all know, he started the year on the 10-day disabled list, recovering from major left knee surgery. Well, now he's landed back on the 10-day DL with left knee inflammation. The 33-year-old is 2-1 in 10 appearances this season, 4 of those being starts. So this news undoubtedly disappointing for him, as he had been a solid piece to this Red Sox rotation. I had a chance to talk with him inside the clubhouse, and he told me about his next steps in recovery.
I'm still going to throw. I'm still going to play catch. I'm just probably not going to get off the mound. It's just one of those things that it's such a different surgery. And me and Petey are kind of writing the playbook right now as far as, how hard we can push it and for how long, and then once the knee starts to talk back, you just got to kind of take a step back and let it kind of heal, and then just continue the progress of the rehab and just, like I said, just let it calm down.
Red Sox manager Alex Cora, in regards to the Stephen Wright injury, said it's not as if they expected setbacks, but they are prepared for them. Wright was supposed to go in the series finale in Game 3 against the Angels. That starter yet to be determined. Cora says it depends on what happens tonight. As far as tonight, it's up to David Price getting his second crack at the Angels. He last faced him on June 17th in Anaheim. He went 5 innings, gave up just 1 earned run with 6 strikeouts. We'll see what he does for an encore.
official batting glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. By KM. Together we grill. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. We'll be enjoying our national anthem here at Fenway Park. Red Sox and the Angels about to have at it in Game 1.
Group from Lawrence, Massachusetts that performs at various community events and participates in major musical collaborations with local organizations. Please welcome the Lawrence High School Girls Ensemble.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets the bombs bursting, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you.
The Lawrence High School Girls Ensemble with tonight's national anthem on a sparkling evening here at Fenway Park. David Price about to fire the first pitch. 8-5 coming in, a 3.81 ERA. Here's the lineup he'll take on from the Angels tonight. Ian Kinsler at second base. Mike Trout bats out of the 2-hole. He's the DH. He's fighting a finger problem. Justin Upton in left field. Albert Pujols, the future Hall of Famer, at first. Andrelton Simmons, the shortstop. Martin Maldonado does the catching with David Fletcher at third. Chris Young is the center fielder, former Red Sox outfielder. And Michael Hermosillo is in right field and batting ninth against Price, who saw his 6-game winning streak broken the last time on a loss in Minnesota, presented by your New England Audi dealers.
Now let's take a look at the Red Sox defense, brought to you by Southwest. Red Sox are 5th in the American League with 40 errors on the season. Rafael Devers will be at third base, and Bogarts the shortstop. Eduardo Nunez at second, and Mitch Moreland the first baseman. Left to right, Andrew Benintendi, Jackie Bradley Jr., Mookie Betts, and Christian Vasquez doing the catching for David Price.
Umpires tonight brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Chris Siegel is behind the plate. It's Gabe Morales at first, Ed Hickox at second, Jerry Meals, the crew chief, at third base. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Compra2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Summertime indeed, 78 degrees and clear skies tonight. It's going to be a beautiful night for game number 1. Time for our Lowe's whole team together. Take a look at where the Red Sox stand in the Major League Baseball home rankings. Winning percentage number 2 overall. First to second in average slugging percentage, OPS, runs per game. Almost 6 runs per ball game here at Fenway Park.
Well, for David Price, the second time he's faced the Angels this season. One game out in Anaheim, went 5 innings in that game, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run. Had 4 walks in that game and struck out 6. He did get the win.
He's 6-7 lifetime against them with a .345 earned run average. Now the Angels come in a disappointing season to this point, 41-38. They're 10.5 out in the West and in third place.
And they are banged up.
Yeah, particularly their pitching. Kinsler will lead it off, inning just 212. Mike Trout on deck, and then Justin Upton. Now you mentioned all their pitching injuries. That's a big reason they are struggling. They have had 6 starters go on the DL. Price with the 0-1. Popped him up on the infield. Moreland. Nunez backing into right. He'd like to take it. Eduardo Nunez with the catch. 1 away. Closer look at some of those injuries that have really bedeviled this Angels ball club to this point, and some really good players too. Ohtani lost for nobody really knows how long. Garrett Richards is their #1 starter. And they're going tonight with a left-hander by the name of John Lamb, an emergency situation. That's the reason he's starting for Mike Scioscia. And now Mike Trout for the first time in the series. 325, 23 homers. He's driven in 48. He's always swung it well at Fenway. 371 in his career here. Quickly 0-2.
The cut fastball outside from David Price. It was supposed to be inside and stayed away, but got the swing and miss from Mike Trout. There's that cutter right there. You can see where Christian Vasquez is set up. They wanted that ball down and in.
Price looking to put him away very quick. Popped him up center field. Jackie Bradley coming in. 2 fast outs. Trout playing with an injured right index finger, and they're not going to play him in the outfield obviously tonight. They were going to wait and see how things went here at Fenway to see whether he'll be in the outfield at all in the series.
You can see that finger all bandaged up and taped up, holding him to a designated hitter role at this point.
Justin Upton next, 250, 17 homers. He's driven in 44 runs. He's had a pretty good year. Rolls that one foul.
Well, if the game plan is to pitch these guys inside, but all 3 guys so far have been pitched in by David Price.
Upton 3 for 6, a home run against the lefty. And the 0-1 pitch. High fly into right. Mookie Betts is there. And that will do it. Price cruising through the first inning tonight against the Halos. Buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts to start it. Benintendi in left. Martinez, the DH. Bogarts at short. Mitch Moreland at first base. Eduardo Nunez manning second. Devers at third. Vasquez does the catching. Jackie Bradley is in center field for the 52-27 Red Sox. First pitch swinging, driven to right deep, on the run. Hermosillo all the way back to the wall, leaping, it's gone! And so is he! Well, Mookie Betts firing the first shot when you talk about MVP, head-to-head. Number 20, the Red Sox lead it 1-0.
We've seen Mookie Betts do so much of this season. Take that first pitch, the first one he likes, and drive it somewhere. And that time it's out toward the bullpen. First pitch fastball he jumps on. What an effort by Hermosillo in right field, but it's got enough to get up over the glove, and over the fence goes Hermosillo. That's what he's looking at. One pitch, one run.
Do you think Mookie Betts is ready for this comparison thing with Mike Trout? And JD Martinez swung on and foul tip. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. And don't forget, all summer, stop by your local Speedway, quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze. Mookie going to right more frequently as of late. That one ripped into right field. Hermosillo coming on for it, though, and he'll make the play for the out. Facing the left-hander, John Lamb. No wins or losses, 5.10 ERAs, an emergency starter and a banged-up rotation. As mentioned, they have 6 starting pitchers on the DL. He is 27 years old. He has a full head of hair.
Making his third appearance of the season, one against Oakland, last time out against Toronto. 3 1/3 inning last time out against the Blue Jays.
And here's JD Martinez. 325, 23 home runs, tied with Trout. He rips that one toward the alley. Nobody out there. It's down and bounding all the way to the wall. Martinez digs for second base. A stand-up double.
J.D. Martinez using that inside-out swing to find the gap in the right center field. Gets a fastball. It's on the inside part of the plate, but look at the hands come inside the baseball. Head discipline on the ball, and shoots it in that gap for the 2-base hit.
Well, just 3 batters injury. This is exactly how the series went in Anaheim.
Yeah, that was an incredible series in Anaheim for the Red Sox. And it's starting off that way again here tonight.
Xander Bogaerts will check in at 279 with a dozen home runs, a 6-game hitting streak for Xander. And leading the ball club with 20 doubles. 1-0 Boston on a lightning strike from Mookie Betts. Lamb 6'4", about 205 pounds. He is from Laguna Hills, California.
Beautiful country there.
Now, he said in spring training of the long hair, we'll get to that right away. He said, I don't rock the mid cut very well, in my opinion. Not that I rock this very well, he said of himself.
So he's doesn't particularly care of either style, right?
Apparently not, but this is the one that suits him. 1-1 popped up. In a short right, Kinsler out. Coming on behind him, Young. And a right fielder, Hermosillo, will take it. He's been busy already, 2 down.
Let's take a look at the Angels defense. They've been very good. Second in the league, 33 errors on the season. David Fletcher at third base and Drelton Simmons the shortstop. Ian Kinsler at second and Albert Pujols the first baseman. Left to right, Justin Upton, Chris Young, and Michael Hermosillo. And Martin Maldonado doing the catching for Lamb.
They'll send up to red hot Mitch Moreland at 299, 11 home runs, 39 RBI. And a 7-game hitting streak. Had a very nice series against Seattle, including a pair of triples. Soft one in there for strike one. 69-mile-an-hour curveball.
Yeah, big, slow curveball will start off Mitch Moreland.
Lamb taking on the Red Sox for the first time in his career. He's been with the Cincinnati Reds the last 2 years, so he's never faced Boston until tonight. Runner at second. Time to see who's been driving the ball. Presented by Toyo Tires. More than 7-game hit streak, hitting .444 during that, driving in 7 runs. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Red Sox. And a left-hander with a 1-1.
See that fastball topping out right now at about 89 miles an hour for Lamb.
The Angels have been plagued by pitching injuries, but they have a lot of strikeouts and they have a lot of walks. Third most in the American League. And the bullpen has blown 15 saves, which is tied for the most in the majors. So lots of pitching difficulties. And a wave and a miss got him to chase outside the zone for strike 3. But Betts strikes, and it's 1-0. Champions, game number 80 of the 13 campaign. Red Sox beat Colorado 5-3. John Lackey won his 5th. Shane Victorino paced the offense, 3 hits. He scored twice. On to the second inning. Red Sox in front 1-0 and a Mookie Betts home run. And Albert Pujols to lead it off against Price, who got them 1-2-3 in the first. Albert now 38 years old, hitting .250, 12 home runs. 626 career home runs.
A changeup that time by David Price. It's been a curveball and a changeup to a guy that's handled Price pretty well. Pujols .323 with a couple of career home runs against Price, but very quickly on 2 off-speed pitches, he's up 0-2.
Tried to put him away in tight, but missed at 92.
Trying to establish the inside part of that plate early in the ball game. That first inning was inside pitch after inside pitch. 0-2. He tries to go to the inside corner.
Simmons on deck 1-2 from Price. Looked like he swung and he did. That's going to be strike 3. Number 1 for Price. Tried to hold up and could not do it.
Looked like a changeup again that time from Price to pick up the strikeout. So 3 off-speed pitches in that at bat to Albert Pujols. 2 changeups and a curveball with a fastball mixed in just for the heck of it.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. Simmons 308, 4 home runs, and 395 lifetime at Fenway. He's always hit very well here. And tomorrow night is Greek Heritage Night here at Fenway Park. Red Sox honoring Harry Aganis on the 63rd anniversary of his death at the age of 25. He occupies a very special place in Red Sox history as the only player who played at Fenway as an All-American quarterback at BU and also first baseman for the Red Sox. So Greek Heritage Night tomorrow night.
Jackie Bradley slightly over toward right field. Again, Simmons.
Martin Maldonado on deck. Toward right. Betts charging hard, and runs it down. Afterburners.
That's all about positioning too. You know, they're shading him that way, and Betts was moved toward the right field seats, as you can see right there, and he gets a great jump on this. And the thing that makes it really good is the fact that against a right-handed bat, that ball's slicing away from Mookie. So he has a lot of ground to cover, and then he has to put up with that ball slicing away and the stands that are coming right up on him.
Put on an early show. Maldonado 248, 3 home runs. He's been hitting .290 since May. He's been one of their better hitters. Season started out quickly for the Angels, but they have cooled off. Red Sox snapped their 7-game winning streak and blew out Shohei Ohtani, and Price beat them in game 1 out there back in April. An elbow would eventually sideline a Japanese star, and they come in having dropped 10 of their last 14. And that is one filthy helmet. Martin Maldonado. It comes to 2-0.
That changeup again from David Price. Inside. We don't see too many changeups from Price stay on the inside part of the plate, but we've seen a couple in this game so far. One to Pujols, and this one to Maldonado.
Left-handed with a 2-1. Off the end of the bat, trickled foul.
That's more like we normally see the changeup away from the right-handed hitters.
Price is only needing 3.7 pitches per batter this year to get a man out. 6th fewest in the American League. He's only needing 15 pitches per inning. That's also 6th fewest. Foul tip to the mid. Not a fast inning. They go 1-2-3. Cape Cod, a journey to the bigs, following the stories of college ball players competing in the Cape League, trying to get to the majors. Thursday afternoon, 2:30 on NESN, presented by the great folks at Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Mookie Betts knocking one into the bullpen. Red Sox ahead 1-0. That was on the first pitch he saw against John Lamb. Now working to Nunez to be in the second inning. Loop towards center field. Young coming on. It'll drop down for a base hit. So Eduardo with a single to begin the second inning.
Red Sox being very aggressive. You know, they're seeing pitches in the strike zone early, and they're swinging early. Looks like a little slider here that time that's taken up the middle for the base hit. I think Chris Young out in center field thought about it for a second, charging it and trying to make a catch, but then wisely backed off and played it on the one hop.
Devers next, 237 with 12 home runs. He's only played one series against the Angels in his career, but he made it count. Devers 7 for 14, 2 homers, 7 RBIs.
Slap tag by Pujols that time on Nunez. And back to the bag going around Pujols, and look at this tag. Nunez telling him to move up a little bit.
I mean, we've got a microphone on the base, granted, but I think we could have heard it up here without that.
Yeah, absolutely. You're standing in my way. Move up a little bit.
Vasquez on deck. Well, Red Sox Nation is alive and well in South Carolina. Betty Souza recently named the president of Red Sox Nation in Sun City, Hilton Head, South Carolina. Got about 60 members there, all former New Englanders.
Is that Souza with an S or Souza with a Z?
It's with an S.
Okay. There's two ways of spelling it.
She's previously from Seekonk, Massachusetts. They watch every single game. They love Jerry Remy. The highlight of Sun City's Red Sox Nation, I'm being told by Ron Graves, a member there, will be a golf cart parade through the community when the Sox win the World Series.
Wouldn't mind being there for that.
1-2 on Devers. Punch toward the middle, knocked down Kinsler, left it behind, and now he has no play and everybody's safe as Nunez goes diving into second.
That ball had a chance to be a double play, but backhanded by Kinsler and just popped out of the glove. At that time, he had no chance at Nunez at second base. And obviously, Devers, who gets down the line very well, no chance there. So a break for the Red Sox. That could have been a double play. That's only the second error of the season for Kinsler at second base.
He's had a very tough year with the bat. Unlike him, although he has hit some home runs. And now an error to put runners at first and second for Vasquez, hitting .211. He's trying to snap an 0 for 7. Red Sox up 1-0. He'll take a strike. Nunez at second, Devers aboard at first, and Weekly hit towards short. Simmons, the Gold Glover, will have one play to first base. The runners move up to second and third. Let's toss it down now to our man Jemai Webster.
Thank you very much, Dave. Well, how do you prepare for the unknown? That's the question I posed to bench coach Ron Renicky in regards to his hitters having never faced the Angels starter John Lamb or vice versa. He said these days there's plenty of video out there. His guys will get an early scout on him. But what he did know was that Lamb mixes his pitches, and if he had his off-speed stuff working, his guys would have to battle. He'd come in 2 major league starts with a 5.40 ERA, and you got to believe that Mookie Betts, might have looked at a little bit of that video, considering the first pitch he saw is now.
Well, he certainly looked ready, that's for sure, and jumped all over it and drove it into the bullpen. Jackie Bradley hitting 189. He's homered 4 times, coming off one of his better days of the season Sunday, 3 for 3 with a stolen base against Seattle. Second and third and 1 gone. The other way he goes down the line. That's going to fall in. 1 run is in. Here comes Devers. Oh, full head of steam. He's going to score 2 runs. Jackie Bradley down to second. Red Sox lead it 3-0. Devers got a great look at it. He came churning in.
Yeah, he certainly did at second base, but Bradley, give him credit. He gets like a cut fastball here and just reaches out toward the end of the bat and takes it to the opposite field. You certainly don't want to try to pull that pitch if you're going to swing at it. Just go with it. And that's exactly what Jackie does right there. And you can see the read at second base by Devers. He knows nobody's going to make a play on that, so he has no problem scoring. And Bradley ends up in a scoring position. So a quick start for the Red Sox tonight.
And really capitalizing on that error by Kinsler.
Absolutely. Should have been or could have been a double play.
And now Mookie Betts again. First time up, he launched the first pitch he got. He'll take a strike here.
And first pitch he gets this time is a changeup.
Jackie Bradley with a 2-run double. And the Sox up 3-0 in the second inning.
Another look at the home run, and he gets a pitch that's got to be a little bit up and away from him, and he takes it to the opposite field. He wasn't quite sure that ball was gone until he was around second base, because he sees Hermosillo go for it. Now he doesn't know if he's caught it or not. You can see right there, it's still peeking out, and after he reached second base, he was peeking out again.
Can be tough to get a read sometimes on right field when it disappears in that bullpen. Of course, Mookie made a catch that he thinks may have robbed a home run. He's not entirely sure on Sunday. Going all the way to the wall, leaping up, making the catch high over his head. And he'll take one down and in. So 3-1. Benintendi on deck. Here's a look at that catch on Sunday against the Mariners. Hannigan driving him all the way back, and there to make the catch.
Looks like it may have been a home run. Well, very close to it. Tough to tell.
Close. The 3-1 from Lamb. And he walked him. So the Sox have runners at first and second. Only 1 gone. Benintendi next.
Now the Bruins offseason is just heating up. Billy Jaffe and Andy Brickley will get you up to date on all the latest trades and transactions across the league and a preview inside Bruins development camp. Don't miss Bruins Face-Off live tomorrow night at 5:30 before Red Sox first pitch. Brought to you by buyatoyota.com, Toyota's website for deals.
You sound great, by the way. You sound well rested.
Yeah, I've had 4 days off. Ooh.
You're feeling it. Benintendi 0 for 1. He's flied to right. Going after the first pitch. Super aggressive tonight of the Red Sox against Lamb. Last game against them, he homered and he drove in 3 in Anaheim. Bradley and Betts aboard. .354 with runners in scoring position. Again, already to 50 RBIs. Midway point is tomorrow, halfway mark of the season. And he'll get time. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire Complete Auto Service, always here to get you there. Benintendi at Fenway, 342, 7 homers. He's driven in 31 runs. Good take there. 69 miles an hour again with that hook. And Martinez on deck. He's already doubled. One gone. 3-1. Lamb, guy's had a lot of injuries. Had a bad back, had a disc problem, had surgery on that, sprained a thumb, had Tommy John surgery in 2011. Suspended 50 games in 2017 following a positive test for drugs. That one fired down to second, and I'm not sure how Simmons made the play to catch the ball, did not get the out. Kept it from going into the outfield, though.
That was a great play out there at shortstop to keep that ball from center field. Here's a spin throw. Now watch how he catches it. Somehow behind Jackie Bradley. I don't know if he could see it. He just put his glove out, and I think the ball found his glove.
He's a terrific defensive shortstop. Big swing and a foul back, 3-2. Benintendi coming out of his shoes to hit that 3-1 pitch. So all filled up on a splendid night here at Fenway. Sox off to a 3-0 start. Fly ball went the other way. Upton back and have to play it off the green. It actually goes to the very bottom of the fence. Benintendi is in. Betts down to third, and it is 4-0 as Benintendi picks up his 51st RBI.
That's the beautiful thing, you know, hitting the way these guys are right now. Bradley going to the opposite field. Benintendi using the opposite field off the wall to drive in a run. They're getting pitches away. They're not trying to pull them. They're just going right with them. Kind of a flick of the wrist right there by Benintendi. And a flick of the wrist is good enough to get the ball off the left field wall. Jackie Bradley reading it with one out, making sure it's not going to be caught. He's halfway, and then he decides to go ahead and go. No chance of catching it.
So Benintendi with a double as he continues to carve it up here at Fenway Park. McGuire is about to get active in their bullpen, so real early for Scioscia. In the inning, 3 hits and a big error, plus a walk, and already 4-0 Red Sox. And here comes JD Martinez, a double in the first inning. Drilled deep into the gap in right center to lift his average to 328. He has 2 ducks on the pond. Floats that one foul for strike 1.
The Angels playing the infield back too, down by 4 runs early in this ball game, but the only person playing in right now is Pujols at first base. So willing to give up another run on a ground ball.
And Martinez, his last 3 games against the Angels, he is 8 for 10 with 3 doubles and a home run. 1-1. I know it's been said before many times, this particular stat on JD Martinez, but think about this for a minute. Going back to the All-Star break of last year, he leads the major leagues with 54 home runs and 133 RBIs. So roll a foul here. That's just to the All-Star break of last year.
Yep. Pretty impressive numbers. Very impressive numbers.
And they just keep growing and growing. Red Sox with a couple of very serious MVP candidates. Tim Hires one delighted guy with this offense. And a 1-2. Bogart's next. Mookie Betts at third. Andrew Benintendi at second. Sox will be heading to New York this weekend to begin a long trip. That is in there for strike three, and so says Chris Siegel. Martinez not very happy with that.
I don't blame him. I think that pitch is a little bit inside. I don't think it had a piece of the corner. And that's what Martinez is trying to explain to Siegel right now. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high. It's going to be a little bit inside. You'll see pitch number 5 on the Amica pitch zone. And that's why Martinez didn't like it.
He's got a beef. Well, intentional walk here of Xander Bogaerts, so that's going to load up the bases. They put him on to fill him up for Moreland and get a lefty-lefty. Mitch 0 for 1, struck out first inning. But he could really bust it open. There are 2 down. Red Sox with a man at every base. Shattered bat deflected off the pitcher. It's on the infield. Simmons has no play, and another run is in. Mookie Betts scores on the base hit by Mitch Moreland to give him an 8-game hitting streak, and the Red Sox lead it 5-0. And here comes Scioscia. He has seen enough of John Lamb, who slowed that one up on the shattered bat, but no play for Simmons. And they're going to go to McGuire. So the left-hander does not get out of the second inning. And the Red Sox still have the bases loaded with a 5-0 lead for the new pitcher.
Second, and a very quick night for Lamb. Another young pitcher coming in. Guy just called up. Deck McGuire. Take a look at the second inning. A recap. Nunez starts it out with a base hit up the middle. That drops in front of Chris Young. Then a big error, I thought, by Kinsler at second base, where he just drops the backhander. They might have had a chance at a double play. They don't get it. Bradley going to the opposite field to score 2 runs. Benintendi also flicking the ball the other way to drive in a run. And then Moreland with the broken bat, base hit right back to the pitcher. They can do nothing with it, and that brings in another run. Right off the glove, that's loaded up enough where Simmons, the shortstop, couldn't make a play anywhere.
So the Red Sox have knocked out Lamb, and they have batted around in this inning. Nunez about to hit for the second time in the second. Get a base hit to start it. Deck McGuire coming on. Made his Angels debut on Sunday against Toronto. He gave up 1 unearned run. He was acquired from the Texas Rangers last Tuesday for cash and a player to be named later. The Angels are actually his 3rd organization this year. He signed with Toronto to a minor league deal. DFA'd by Toronto earlier this month. He was claimed off waivers by Texas. DFA'd by the Rangers on June 18 before a trade to the Angels on June 19. So he's been a man on the move. Bases all loaded up now for Nunez. 5-0 Sox. And Eduardo 1 for 1. Two down. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Here comes the catcher Maldonado. He'd like to take it, and he does. That will retire the side, but the Red Sox score 4 times in the inning and lead it 5-0. Top 3, 5-0 Boston taking on the Angels of Anaheim here tonight. David Fletcher to lead things off against David Price. Very sharp firing out of the gate. It's been 6 up and 6 down. Fletcher .368, just recently up from the minor leagues. They brought him up from AAA Salt Lake on June 12th. He was tearing the cover off the ball in the minors, hitting .350. Tears into that one, but foul down the left field line. Chris Young on deck. Chris in center field tonight. Played 2 seasons for the Red Sox. Price is 1-1. Price went 6 last time out at Minnesota. Red Sox didn't score much in that game. They only got 1 run. He gave up 3 runs, 7 hits. Did not pitch badly at all. He had pretty good stuff.
Back-to-back changeups from Price. Both away that time. You see the numbers last Wednesday against the Twins. 100 pitches total for him in the 6 innings. 7 hits and 3 runs.
Got to 3-1 here on the third baseman Fletcher. Hard hit right to the shortstop. Xander Bogaerts hoovers that up. That's 7 straight retired by Price.
Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC, Wake, and Steve will preview tomorrow's matchup between Andrew Heaney and Rick Porcello. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
And on Thursday, the Red Sox not sure who they're going to be pitching in the finale of the series. It'll either be Brian Johnson or Hector Vasquez in all likelihood. That'll depend on how this series goes and effectively who doesn't get used. If you missed it, Stephen Wright has gone on the disabled list with a knee. Same knee that he had surgically repaired. It's the same surgery that Dustin Pedroia had. They're both kind of test cases for it. And as Stephen said before the game, Everyone's kind of looking at them like, okay, how are you reacting? As that one is fouled wickedly by Young. He's hitting 171, but with 5 home runs.
It's funny, when we played against teams when Young was on the Red Sox, most teams would shift in the infield, but that's not the case. Slightly shading toward the opposite field, pinching the middle of the field are the Red Sox outfielders.
There's a .314 career average against his former club. Changeup just missed, according to Siegel.
Changeup's going to be down and just out of the strike zone.
He's just 1 for 14 against David Price, 5 Ks in his career. High fly ball lifted down the line. If it is fair, it is out of here, and that's a home run. Young with number 6, so he came in with a low batting average, but he's hit half a dozen home runs, and that puts the Angels on the board. That will make it 5-1.
That looked like a curveball that time from David Price. He doesn't throw that many of them. He's thrown a couple in the game tonight, and that time Young was all over it. There's the curveball that stays up in the zone, and Chris Young hits number 6 of the season, puts the Angels on the board here in the 3rd inning.
That'll bring up Hermosillo, who's at 133. No homers, no runs batted in. 5-1 game here in the 3rd. This guy entered the season ranked by MLB.com as the Angels' number 13 overall prospect. Called up before last Thursday's game from AAA. A little bit of power, a little bit of speed too. 0-2. Ian Kinsler on deck. Price has been locked in. He's allowed 3 runs or less each of his last 8 starts. Yankees have jumped out in front on the Phillies. 3rd inning, 4-0 New York. They have lost Gary Sanchez to a groin injury.
Yeah, put him on the disabled list, the 10-day disabled list.
They think it's going to be more like 3-4 weeks.
Could be, yeah. Tough injury.
That is a big loss for the Yankees. 0-2. As mentioned, that's where the Red Sox head after this series, heading to New York City. Sox will be to New York and then Washington and then Kansas City. And then home for a homestand right before the All-Star break. That's how close we're getting. There's a look at the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow is game number 81.
The midpoint.
Man, has it flown.
It really has gone by fast.
Red Sox are 52-27. That's the biggest reason for that. Here comes the 1-2. And in there, strike 3. Pinned him to the plate with a cutter.
Yeah, most of his cutters tonight have been inside. This time he goes to the outside part of the plate against Hermosillo to pick up the strikeout. Beautiful pitch there by David Price.
His 3rd K. So 2 away, top of the order. Kinsler, he's 0 for 1, having popped to second. Red Sox 5, the Angels 1.
Dave and I are planning on driving from New York to Washington. I have no idea how far that might be. So if you got your Twitter account, tweet me tonight and let me know how long that drive is. But we're planning on driving down there Sunday.
because we're not on the air on Sunday.
Right.
So we've got time to kill, and that's how we're going to do it. We're going road tripping down to D.C. Straighten some things out down there.
And if somebody wants to drive us down there, you can
do that too.
Tweet us and do that. We'll give you $10. No problem.
Maybe 20. and we'll pay for the gas. Shot to the left, through for a base hit. Devers couldn't reach it. And Kinsler is on. He's 1 for 2.
I'm going to guess 4 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Maybe 4+. I don't know. Somewhere around there.
Maybe some tunes if you can program in some stuff. Maybe some Beatles. Out to the ballpark on a beautiful night. Well, here comes Mike Trout, 0 for 1. He's flied to center. Young with a home run, and now Kinsler with a base hit. First 2 hits against Price here tonight. And a fastball in there for a strike.
I think Trout thought that ball might have been a little bit inside. As he's shaking his head but smiling at the same time.
Only 26 years old. He's already hit 224 home runs. He's already been to the All-Star game 6 times. MVP twice. In 2014 and 16. 5 times he has scored 100 runs.
Other than that, he really hasn't done much at the big league level.
Oh, it's been a real disappointment. One and 2. Born in New Jersey. His career is off to a sensational start. Some have written he's in the process of having the best single season ever right now, with his numbers across the board. Let's see if this finger injury is going to mess him up at all. He's not been playing the outfield. That one makes him dance a little bit.
They've been working him inside, no question about that. In the first 2 at bats in this ball game tonight. Tries to go inside corner with a fastball too far in, and Trout has to dance out of the way.
Price has struck him out 11 times in his career. Now here's Trout with the trainer after his last at bat. Looks like they're looking at the other hand, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looked like it might be a bone bruise. A lot of times when you see him dealing with that part of the hand, could be some type of bone bruise.
Maybe having issues with both hands. His father Jeff played in the Twins farm system after he was drafted by Minnesota in the 5th round out of the University of Delaware. So in the blood, 3-2. And a base hit, smoke past Devers again. Again diving and missing. Kinsler rounding. He's on his way to third. And they're on the corners. And this 3rd inning much different for Price than the first 2.
Yeah, that time he got a fastball from David Price and takes it by the dive of Rafael Devers at third base. That ball did not get inside, stayed out over the plate, and you can see it quickly get by Devers as he goes collapsing after the ball gets by him.
Home run, 2 singles in the frame, brings up Upton. He's 0 for 1, a fly to right field. So now Price just trying to get out of this inning without any more runs. Upton can be a very dangerous hitter. Strike 1. Angels have had only 2 left fielders hit more home runs first half of the season than Upton has right now, 17. Leon Wagner had 25. 1962, and Garrett Anderson 22 in 03. Upton was 17. First and third. Bounced it up there, knocked up the line. Trout's going to scoot on down to second easily and stop there. Kinsler holding at third on the wild pitch.
And Price again going inside with the changeup, and that time it bounced so far from Vasquez that Trout was off very quickly at first base. So now 2 men in scoring position with 2 outs. Need that third out right here.
Yep, this inning has been a struggle for the lefty. He's gone to 2-1 on Upton. Well, that one almost overthrown to the backstop.
Nice play there by Christian Vasquez. That ball was taken off. It was a fastball at about 93 miles an hour, and had to quickly get up to his right to make the play.
Three and one. Pujols on deck. And he walked him, and that's going to fill up the bases with 2 away. Ball 4 to Upton. That was a close one. Dana Levangie coming out to chat.
A little bit high that time for David Price. He took a step like he thought he might get that, shaking his head, but just a little bit too high.
So what to do with Albert here? When hip and knee pain force you to sit out, make sure you visit the joint replacement experts at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Visit bidmc.org. So early in the game, both sides have loaded up the bases. Red Sox had 5-1. Pujols whiffed in the second inning. But he does have pretty good career numbers against Price. Came in hitting .323 off him with 2 home runs. Kinsler, Trout, Upton on the bases. And strike 1. Pujols has won the MVP in his career 3 times. All with St. Louis in 05, 08, and 09. 10-time All-Star. Not the awesome hitter he was back then, but still dangerous. He has driven in 42 and he's hit 12 homers.
And facing a guy that he's very comfortable against.
He checked 2-1. He fed him another changeup. Well, Price breezed in the first 2 innings, then quickly got Fletcher to begin this 3rd inning, but then a home run by Young after a strikeout, consecutive singles by Kinsler and Trout, and a walk to Upton. Two and two. So he is a strike away from wriggling free here with only the home run in the inning. Long look into Vasquez. And a 2-2 to Albert Pujols. Ground ball sharply hit, knocked down Devers. Plenty of time to throw though, and on target as Price gets out of it.
Now, big out by David Price as he works against Pujols with the bases loaded. He starts him off with a cut fastball. Then he goes to the fastball that's going to miss. Back to a changeup that misses. Back to the cut fastball that's fouled off, and he puts him away with a changeup. Second time today, he's got him on a changeup.
So it is on to the last half of the third inning. Red Sox with a 5-1 lead. And of course, you got Pujols there with the bases loaded. Alex Spear with us from the Boston Globe. Great to have you with us as always.
Good to see you guys.
And tonight, as we came on the air, we were talking about the MVP race. That one flied into right field. Hermosillo's been a busy man and puts that away to retire Devers. One man gone, and you got three top candidates on the same diamond here tonight.
No doubt, and it's certainly a shame that Mookie Betts got injured at the time that he did because of how hot he was. He was, it was kind of the first time that we had seen anyone in the last 5-6 years perform at that same absurd level as a complete five-tool player that Trout has been for the entirety of his career. He's struggled to find his rhythm coming back from that injury, but seeing the Angels is evidently a pretty good way for him to figure that out. That opposite field home run, first time he's ever been in the bullpen in Fenway.
And Hermosillo was too, right behind him.
No kidding. Yeah, where's Steve Horgan?
Right. Actually, I think he was out there. Vasquez 0 for 1, having grounded out to the shortstop. But it's not every day you get a chance to compare right up front, you know, on a man-to-man basis, arguably the three best hitters in the American League today.
You're absolutely right. And the amount that they've drawn on each other is actually also quite interesting, because when Martinez was undergoing that career rebirth in 2013, when he was struggling badly with the Astros, he took it upon himself to study who he identified as the best hitters in the game. Among them, he was studying 4 hitters, among them obviously Mike Trout, and saying, well, Mike Trout is doing different stuff than what I was told to do when I was coming up in the minors. And he obviously worked a lot on his mechanics in order to be able to try to take advantage of some of the same things in approach that Trout does.
Line shot, got the pitcher, deflected to Simmons. He'll have time, and he guns to get him. McGuire, unfortunate. He got in the way, says he's all right. There are 2 gone.
And so now Martinez has this base of knowledge that he's drawn upon.
No deflection right off the foot there of McGuire, and right to Simmons, who easily gets Vasquez. That's got to tick off Vasquez, because that gets by there. That's a base hit. And going to check on McGuire now. He says he's okay. So back to the dugout.
And Jackie Bradley next. But it is a very interesting story how JD was making himself into the hitter he is today.
Absolutely. And so he took some of what Mike Trout was doing so well, things, for instance, to get to his power to right center field. And he drew upon those and decided that that was something he needed to incorporate. And then now you see Mookie Betts incorporating a lot of what Alex Cora calls the JD program in terms of how he goes about both his pregame work and in terms of things that he's trying to identify with his swing path in order to be able to create both a very effective offensive approach. And we've seen it working, obviously, for Mookie throughout this year. And you're seeing it work in a little bit of a different way just in the last week or so, where he has a couple of opposite field homers, which is something we've basically never seen from him.
Yeah, very rare.
1-0 pitch to Jackie Bradley, who's on a bit of a mini tear.
I don't know if it's me, but you know, watching Mookie this year, to me he's just much more aggressive. I mean, a lot of first pitches that he's getting, and a fastballs over the plate, he's taking advantage of those quickly.
Well, that first pitch of the game, that was the second time in his career that he's ever hit a first pitch homer out when leading off a game. So I think you're absolutely right, and it's not just that 0-0 count. It's also certain hitters counts. He is looking to do damage. He's not just looking to get a hit anymore. He understands that he has the ability with his swing to drive the ball and to be really a catalyst for the offense. He's looking to do extra base damage.
3-1 here on Jackie Bradley as we chat with Alex Spear of the Boston Globe. Red Sox in front here 5-1 in the third inning. Already knocking out the starter John Lamb. Good count for Jackie. It's a high fly ball into left field. Upton's back on the track, turning now, and that ball gets out. It's gone. It carried just enough into the monster seats, and the Red Sox have a 6-1 lead. His 5th home run of the season, and he is halfway to the cycle.
Let me ask you this question. Jackie Bradley's had 2 at-bats tonight. He's got 3 RBIs. He's 2 for 2, and both hits have been to the opposite field. When is the last time we saw that?
It's been a long time. In fact, he's been one of the most pull-heavy hitters in the American League throughout this year, and especially this month. The Red Sox have been encouraging him to get back to that left field approach, at least gap to gap. But there, you're absolutely right, Jerry. In this park, if you can take advantage as a left-handed hitter of that left field wall, you're in really good shape.
It's a gimme if you got the power to get it off that wall.
It's just a fly ball.
Yep.
So Jackie Bradley is 5 for his last 5 and driving the ball the other way. 5 home runs now. That one right on top of the shelf on the monster. Mookie Betts has homered and walked. He has scored each time.
And we saw Benintendi in the first inning just flick his wrist. Just the flick of the wrist and pull it off the wall. I mean, that's impressive.
Part of the reason why you see so many left-handed hitters winning batting titles here. That's all you need to do. If you can get the ball in the air to the opposite field as a left-handed hitter, you get to stay back and recognize pitches. It does everything.
Exactly. It keeps your mechanics there, your shoulders in, your head's in, you're driving the ball the other way. All the great left-handed hitters that hit here all took advantage of the left field wall. This is the pitch I was talking about to Benintendi. Now look at this swing. It's just the wrist. That's all it is. There's hardly no body into that.
And that's an RBI double.
Yep.
And how many times have we seen Jackie Bradley hit absolute rockets to the pull side that have been right to wherever they're positioned defensively? There, it's basically just a fly ball that ends up getting just over the wall.
Mookie Betts on for the 3rd time as he takes a walk for the 2nd time. Now, there have been a couple of stops and starts with Jackie this season where he's been cold, then got hot, and then kind of went back again and started to slump once again. Certainly the Red Sox hope he's out of it for good now at this stretch he's in.
This has been a really interesting stretch because his numbers are the worst they've been all year this month. But his quality of contact numbers, things like exit velocity and launch angle, have been easily not just his best of the year, but among the best hitters in the entire American League. So Alex Cora looks at that quality of contact data and says, no, I'm comfortable sticking with this guy. This is different than the slump he had in May when he couldn't hit a fastball, literally couldn't make contact with a fastball for a week at a time. This is a guy who's been hitting balls really hard all over the place, and he hasn't been rewarded for it, which is part of the reason why Cora has felt comfortable continuing to put him in the lineup day after day. Well, some people have said, how can you do that with those numbers? we see the luck pendulum swinging a little bit and perhaps rewarding that faith.
Well, Jackie hitting the ball out of the ballpark in this thing. Red Sox have extended the lead to 6-1. And it's beginning to resemble the series in Anaheim in April in many different ways. Red Sox ran roughshod over them there in California, outscoring them 27-3 over the 3 games.
I'm curious, Jerry, in that conversation with Jackie, as a player, when you lined out, how much satisfaction did you take in that as an outcome?
Well, disappointed in the outcome without question, but happy with the swing. You know, and it's a mixed bag. I mean, you know you're swinging the bat well, you know you're making good contact, but you want to be rewarded for it. Sometimes I'd rather take a little dribble at a third base and get the base hit.
That was exactly Cora's point. He said, look, as a player, all they want is the 4 for 4. They want 4 for 4 on a couple dribblers, a couple bloops.
Exactly.
But if you say attaboy for 4 lineouts in the game, they're really going to start to tune you out.
And that's so true. You know, way to swing it back. Way to swing the bat. Well, that does me no good because right now I'm 0 for 3.
Yeah.
2-1 on Benintendi, a run-scoring double. He's also flied out to right. 2 down, Betts aboard. Ripped and caught. Pujols with the grab to retire the side. Alex, thanks so much for joining us.
Great to see you guys. Thanks so much.
Jackie Bradley 2 for 2 in this one. He's already driven in 3 runs. This one, top shelf, above the monster for a home run. Number 5, Sox on top 6-1. Sox have added to the lead now 6-1. 4th inning. Andrelton Simmons 0 for 1 leading things off. Maldonado and Fletcher after him. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Red Sox. 1 run, 3 hits, and a key error for the Angels. On what may well have been a double play ball, but bobbled and dropped by Kinsler, and that kind of opened the door for the Red Sox. Across for a strike. Casey will be along with the social stretch in just a moment. Red Sox trying to go to 53-27. They're tied with the Houston Astros for the most wins in baseball at 52 at the moment. By the way, Major League Baseball released its third update on fan balloting for the starting 9 for the American League for the All-Star game in Washington on the 17th of July. And the Sox are the only American League team with multiple players who are leading in their category. Mookie Betts is the #1 vote getter among outfielders, over 2.3 million votes, and JD Martinez is #1 in voting for designated hitter. I think Mitch Moreland beginning to get more and more support at first base. 3-2. Mookie is second overall in fan voting for both leagues, trailing only Jose Altuve, and it's very close between those two as the top vote getter. High chopper. Bogarts handles that. One away. Let's send it to Casey now in the studio for our social stretch. Casey, good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Team sports all about helping each other out, right? What a friend D-backs pitcher Archie Bradley is. The team was in Miami last night. It's hot. It's humid in the bullpen. So what does he do? He grabs a huge shovel and begins fanning his fellow arms. The guy's a character. Another story came out about him today, but I will stop there and I will direct those of you with a strong stomach to Google on your own. Obi Remy, maybe don't do it. It's worse than eating crickets.
Oh, it is. Well, is anything really worse than that? This one might be. You might be right, Casey. Little dribbler here. Devers trying to cut it. Does. Behind the mound. Slings it on. 2 up and 2 down. Yeah, I've read that story, and it's not pleasant.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight in Sox and 2. Sox and 2 is brought to you by Cumberland Farms, where you can get iced coffee for 99 cents. Any size, any day.
Rick Sutcliffe of ESPN fame, along with Tom Werner, taking in the ball game from the really, really good seats.
Yeah, expensive seats. Really expensive seats.
You faced Suddy.
I did. Yeah, he had a unique delivery. And was very difficult to pick up his baseball. He's right over the top, but still, he kind of tucked that ball behind his back, and you couldn't find it, and all kind of stuff, and it was weird.
Cy Young Award winner with the Cubs. Went 16-1 with Chicago one year. Got them to postseason play. Brooks Koepka, 2-time U.S. Open champion here as well. Great to see Brooks. Count goes to 3-0 on Fletcher, whose brother Dominic is currently an outfielder for the University of Arkansas. The Razorbacks are in the College World Series finals against Oregon State. You know, he is keeping close watch on that. And he will take ball 4. So Fletcher is on. Second walk last 2 innings for Price.
I checked Twitter, Dave, and we have all kind of offers for rides from New York to Washington. And I kid you not, we have anywhere from 2 hours and 59 minutes to 7 hours.
7 hours?
But the majority of the people say it's just about 4 hours. You're looking at about a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
They got maps in here for us. Or you can come this way and support the Corns.
Anyone volunteering to drive?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I'm not taking the one that's going 2 hours and 59 minutes. I can tell you that.
It's a bit of a difference. 7 hours?
Now, here's one. It takes 8 hours without traffic to go from D.C. to the Bronx. No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. What are we walking? No. No, we're going to take the folks with the really nice car, the classiest ride.
Most of it's 4 hours.
That sounds about right. I mean, if it's 8 hours, that's with stops.
Here's one at 4 hours and 2 minutes. The 2 minutes must get caught at a stoplight.
Door to door. Yeah, 4 hours would be just about right. Thinking about leaving about, what, 10 a.m.?
Yeah, yeah.
Time for a late lunch. 1-1 and a foul ball off the bat of Chris Young, who has slammed a home run down the left field line. What do you got?
18 hours and 37 minutes.
Stopping in Paris first. Getting on a transcontinental
I
flight.
think of everything we've seen. I think we're looking along the lines of 4 hours.
I like. Okay. All right. That I can live with.
That's door to door. That's pick up at the hotel door and drop off at the hotel door.
Sure. Very nice people, by the way. In there for strike 3. Side retired. He pitches around the ball 4. 6-1 Red Sox. Tickets to all Sox games and concerts at Fenway. Prices and service better than you can imagine. Go to aceticket.com right now. Bottom of the 4th inning, 6-1 Boston. Martinez, Bogarts, Moreland. And JD has a double tonight. And has also been called out on a 3rd strike he certainly disagreed with, umpire Chris Siegel. They've gotten into the bullpen, and Deck McGuire rattled the shortstop. Simmons just about automatic. And that is out number 1. Xander Bogaerts next. Well, for 4 generations, KM has been locally crafting quality Franks for all Sox fans. Pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer today. KM, together we grill. Xander a fly to right, and he's been intentionally walked. Temperatures up around 80 degrees today. Warm afternoon producing a beautiful night. In the middle 70s now. 0-1. Skips by everybody. And they're trying to make it a 7-game hitting streak here.
It's a perfect night to be at a ballpark to watch a game, isn't it? Nice warm conditions, low humidity. Just beautiful. Kind of like a Southern California name.
Yeah, very much. Been waiting on nights like this. And now with summer officially here, just perfect. And McGuire with a 2-1. High fly into shallow center. Chris Young there to make the grab for the second out.
Import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device for alerts 15 minutes prior to each game with matchup info, streaks, updated times, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import the schedule. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Boston Red Sox and Major League Baseball.
Moreland extending his hitting streak to 8 consecutive games with an RBI single in the second. He tripled in back-to-back games Friday and Saturday. And tonight hitting out of the 5 spot. Little topper to first base behind the bag. Pujols will flip it to McGuire, and that's a fast inning. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. You can learn more at cbshealth.com/be-the-first. 5th inning, 6-1 Boston, and a bunt attempt foul. Hermosillo is 0 for 1. He was called out on strikes in the 3rd inning.
Looked like he was trying to push that ball towards second base to pick up a base hit on the bunt and need base runners anything where they can get him. Not a bad idea.
Kinsler on deck, and then Mike Trout, who has gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. Price jumping ahead, nothing at 2. 6 runs, 7 hits for the Red Sox, a run, 3 hits, and an error for the Angels. Price trying to win his 9th of the year. And that's in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Second time he's got him tonight. He got him on a cut fastball in the 3rd inning. Now he gets him with the fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone. So Hermosillo going down twice out of that 9 spot. There the strikeout.
Needing only 3 pitches So he went for the bunt on the first one. That'll send up Kinsler, is gone 1 for 2. He has just 6 hits and 31 at bats against Price in his career. Trout on deck. We talked about the fact that Trout has had success at Fenway, hitting over 370 lifetime. He's never hit a home run at Fenway. Game number 17 here for him. And Price with an 0-1.
Fastball going up and away that time from Price, just picking up the outside corner. And quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
Oh-2. Lunging line drive coming on Betts, but it'll drop in for a base hit. So Kinsler, who's always been a good hitter, not having a good year, is 2 for 3 tonight.
That's pretty good hitting right there. He gets a changeup after a couple of fastballs, gets his changeup, and the changeup's down and away, but he reaches right down with it and takes to the opposite field. How about that step he takes, and then he's out on the front foot, but because of the off-speed pitch, he has to make sure he keeps his body back. He does, and picks up the base hit.
Well, Trout, despite the finger injury, 1 for 2 tonight and hitting .475 in his last 12 games. 9 RBIs, 4 homers. And he appeared to be examining his other hand, his left hand, after he got into the dugout in the 3rd inning. Kinsler with the lead. Broken bat, ground ball to Devers. Looks at second, fires down there, and in time to cut down Kinsler. Trout the runner at first base with 2 away.
I thought Devers was just going to go to first base to get the out, but he makes a very smart choice in going to second base to get the lead man in this situation. Again, they go inside on Trout. They break the bat. And the result, the ground ball to Devers at third base, who makes a heads-up play by going to second to get the lead runner.
Yeah, he can make a decision like that the last moment, can he, with that arm strength?
Yes.
Upton has flied out, taken ball 4. Sox with a 5-run lead. Stay tuned after the 3rd out for the mid-5th studio show with Casey. Tuno. Astros are playing Toronto tonight in Texas. They're 0-0 in the second. Knocked foul, 2-1. Game 2 of this series coming your way tomorrow evening at 7:10. Rick Porcello against Andrew Heaney, who is a lefty. Series will conclude on Thursday. Then the Red Sox will head to New York and a showdown, 3 games over the weekend with the Yankees. Two and 2.
And Devers, so we've been watching him, and he's been a little bit aggravated with a leg problem. I think he's been reaching down occasionally and grabbing around the knee area, behind the knee, and something we'll have to keep an eye on.
Price trying to finish off Upton, and he does with a cutter at 89 miles an hour to strike him out. And that does it for the Angels. Time now to turn over to Casey for the mid-fifth studio show. Through as we take it to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Enjoy summer baseball at Fenway July 9th through the 11th when Red Sox welcome in the Texas Rangers for a 3-game series. Great seats are still available. Visit redsox.com/tickets to get yours right now. Devers is to hit second, and he is coming out to the on deck area. He'll follow Nunez, who's gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. Nunez, Devers, Vasquez against the right-hander McGuire. Came on in relief for the starter. Lamb only lasted an inning and 2/3. Mookie Betts started it rolling, swinging at the very first pitch he got. First inning, he launched a home run to the bullpen. Red Sox would get 4 runs in the second, another run in the third. And a 5-run lead. Raphael hitting. 237 coming into the ball game. He has reached on an error and fly to right field. That error was a key play in the second inning. Kinsler could not handle what looked to be a possible double play as he muffed it at second base. Red Sox went on to score 4 runs in the inning. Last 5 games, the Red Sox have scored 36 runs so far. Two and two. Red Sox and Angels continuing their 6-game series tonight, their season series. Red Sox scored 27 times in sweeping them in Anaheim in April. And that's going to be strike 3. Looked like it was off the corner. Nunez none too happy as he stalks away.
Got a slider that time that Nunez was not happy at all about. Take a look at the pitch on the Amica pitch zone. Looked like it might have been a little bit down and away. Big strike zone that time, and Nunez did not like that at all.
Fly ball, that one launched toward the triangle on the run. Hermosillo, he'll run it down. Made a fine running play onto the warning track to take that one in, and there are 2 gone.
Well, that's a tough play right there by Hermosillo out there in right field, because he's got to go directly across because of the bullpen and then back a little bit once the bullpen ends. Almost running into the corner, as you can see right there. Devers making a bid for the long ball, but a good jump, a cut across, and the catch.
So 2 gone. Vasquez, the batter. He's 0 for 2. He was denied a hit his last time up. Not this time. He launches this one toward the monster seats and gone. Off the light standard out there for his 3rd home run of the season. A no-doubter for Christian Vasquez. The Red Sox hit their 3rd home run tonight.
Now, Christian Vasquez didn't wait very long to turn around that fastball. Fastball middle in. Gets the bat head out and drives it into the monster seats. Red Sox playing some long ball, as they did in the series in Anaheim.
And up 7-1. Jackie Bradley hammers that one to Kinsler. Retiring the side, but the Red Sox keep on scoring. Top 6, 7-1. Red Sox with an 8-4 lead in hits and a 3-0 lead in home runs. Mookie Betts, Jackie Bradley, Christian Vasquez have all gone deep tonight in support of David Price. Pujols in. He struck out and grounded out 0 for 2. Then Simmons and then Maldonado. None of them have a hit tonight against Price. And the 0-1 inside. Pujols over 600 home runs, over 3,000 career hits as well. 3,040 hits, number 27 all time. As he flies that one down the left field line foul. Akil Morris is now loosening in the bullpen for the Angels. Price up 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's going to be in there. Strike 3. He'll bark on his way back to the dugout at Chris Siegel.
Yeah, he thought that ball was outside, but that was that cut fastball to pick up the outside corner. Mike Scioscia doesn't like it. Take another look at the cutter. Does it pick up the corner? Certainly comes back quite a bit. Take a look at the Amica pitch zone. Borderline. But Price has been getting those pitches.
Yeah, and it goes in the book as his 7th K. Simmons has made contact twice. He's flied out and grounded out 0 for 2. And he rarely strikes out. In fact, he struck out in his 2nd plate appearance on Friday. That snapped a streak of 90 consecutive plate appearances without fanning, which was the 4th longest stretch in franchise history. 1-1.
Doesn't get cheated either. Takes a pretty good hack. Pretty good swing right there as he fouls it straight back.
He struck out 3 times since May 3rd. It's almost 40 games.
That is rare in today's game of baseball.
Oh, it sure is. And a terrific defender. Hitting .306 as well. Maldonado on deck, 2-1. He drops it in, 2-2. 89 pitches now for Price, with 1 man away in the 6th inning, and he has a 6-run lead. Price trying to pin a rare K on him, but a base hit to left. As he leaned on that for a single, he's 1 for 3. Time now for a Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Should the Angels continue using Shohei Ohtani as both a pitcher and a hitter? Of course, he's hurt right now. Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote.
It would seem like with that type of an injury, the answer would be no. Just probably use him offensively, right? If you can get him back.
Because he can really hit. Outstanding power. Of course, he throws 100 miles an hour. Representing a real dilemma for the Angels. Maldonado has struck out and grounded out. 0 for 2. He is 3 for 12 lifetime against Price, who has now allowed 5 hits. Simmons the runner. Red Sox have yet to turn a double play tonight.
It's a nasty front of the helmet, isn't it? You know what happens? They get pine tar on their hands and they go to their helmet, and the pine tar gets stuck on the helmet, whether it be pine tar or the spray, whatever they use. It gets pretty thick up there.
Catchers in particular seem to have the nastiest helmets, don't they?
Vasquez has one that's pretty nasty. You know, not the one he's wearing right now, but the one that he wears to the plate.
Yeah, you can really. You can almost not see the B on the top of the helmet for Christian, and this A is disappearing. This is what it's supposed to look like.
Nice and clean.
2-1. He would not offer. David Price's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 94 pitches, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 5 1/3, 1 run, 5 hits. The 1 run, a Chris Young homer in the 3rd. Simmons leading, and the 3-1 fills up the count.
Actually wanted this pitch inside, but it sails up and away. Still no contact by Maldonado.
Fletcher on deck. Price looking for a ground ball right at somebody. Astros and Toronto 0-0 third inning. How about Tampa Bay with another win today? They've ripped off 5 in a row.
And they scored early in that game today, and that was it. 1-0.
Popped him up, foul ground. Moreland runs it down. Out number 2. You know, Lexus has developed the Strikeout Hunger program in partnership with Nesson and the Greater Boston Food Bank. You can enter for a chance to win a Nesson VIP experience. For more information, visit Nesson.com/Lexus. Boy, was Chris Sale dynamite on Sunday. Pretty darn near unhittable with the 13 strikeouts. Again, touching 100 miles an hour. Mitch Moreland said it best. He said, absolutely filthy. I'm glad I don't have to hit him. Nothing in 1 on Fletcher, who's grounded out, taking ball 4. Fletcher out of Orange, California, and looks at a ball inside, not by much.
Oh, pretty good pitch right there by David Price. A lot of those have been going his way. Not that time.
Chris Young would hit next. Blooper toward left, not hit hard at all. Benintendi in, and he's got it. Side retired, 1 man left. Betts again. He's already spanked a home run into the bullpen on the first pitch of the game for the Red Sox. Mookie with home run number 20. He has not made an out tonight. He's also been walked twice, scored 2 more times. Benintendi, Martinez after him. Against McGuire, had to come on in relief in the 2nd inning. He's been out there ever since. 1-1. Heath Hembree active in the pen. David Price up there around 100 pitches. through his 6 innings. He's tossed another strong one. Sox with a record of 13-9 in the month of June. They went 18-11 in May, 19-6 in April. Remember, the season began in March. Sox went 2-1 in the end of March. That's in there for a strike. So they will have played, the Red Sox, 98 games by the All-Star break this year. Higher than normal. 2-2. Shot to left field. Up and back, and oh, he got it. Looks like it's snow coned a little bit.
Now Mookie Betts in the first inning jumps on the first pitch and takes it into the Red Sox bullpen. Nice effort out there by Hermosillo, but can't quite get it. And Betts picks up number 20 of the season.
Awaken 180 weight loss, their long-term solution and the official weight loss program of the Boston Red Sox. Betts making his first out here tonight. Benintendi has gone 1 for 3 with a double. That drove in a run in the second inning when the Red Sox scored 4 times. On top 7-1. Red Sox are the only team who have as many as 4 players with an OPS at 875 or higher. Betts, Martinez, Moreland, and Benintendi all in that category. Toward the middle, on the move, Kinsler snatches that and gets him. 2 up, 2 down. Summer's cooler with a frozen lemonade at Dunkin'. Real fruit juice, real refreshing. Classic flavors you love, original lemonade and strawberry. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. It's a limited time offer. JD Martinez 1 for 3, had a first inning double. Leading the big leagues in RBI. And tied for the lead with the 23 home runs. First Red Sox player with 23 or more homers through 79 games since David Ortiz in 06. David had 26. Shot to right. Deep. Hermosillo back and kissing goodbye. Another one out of here. There's number 24. JD Martinez takes over the major league lead. And the Red Sox slamming it all over Fenway Park tonight. That's 4 home runs.
Oh, that is such a beautiful swing by JD Martinez. A breaking ball that just kind of hangs out over the plate, stays back on it. Look at his head discipline. Look at the follow through. I mean, just a beautiful swing by JD Martinez, and that ball just took off after contact. And Hector Vasquez making the catch in the bullpen.
Sends up Xander Bogaerts. So as we opened up tonight, when we came on the air, we were talking about Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, and JD Martinez as the 3 most serious MVP candidates right now in the American League. Well, Mookie is homered and scored twice. JD Martinez with a home run and a double.
Nice angle to look from this. That's what the right field is looking at, and that's what the Red Sox bullpen is looking at.
Hector with the catch. Bogaerts looking for his first hit tonight. 276, 12 homers. So a 4-home run night for Boston. Betts, Martinez, Vasquez, and Bradley. And McGuire with a 1-2. So the Red Sox are doing it again to the Angels. They did it for 3 consecutive games at their place in the middle of April. Those were by scores of 10-1, 9-0, and 8-2. Mike Scioscia admitted his head was spinning at the end of that series. Mitch Moreland on deck. He's got an RBI tonight. Here's the 2-2 to Xander. He won't bite. Red Sox have been averaging right around 6 runs a game at home. They have the top batting average in all of baseball at home at .284. And 10 of their remaining 19 before the All-Star break are right here at Fenway. Seven-run lead over the Angels. And the Red Sox are getting pop at the bottom of the order tonight.
Yeah, it's going right through from top to bottom offensively for the Red Sox tonight. The perfect combination.
Vasquez and Bradley with homers. Payout pitch. There's a rocket down the line. That's up against the monster in a heartbeat. And Karam's back, so Xander Bogaerts will easily trot into second base with a double. That was smoked.
That'll give him a 7-game hitting streak now. Bogaerts 1 for 3 on the night. That's just a spinner that stays inside, doesn't break at all, and Bogaerts keeps it in fair territory right down that left field line.
So the night will be done for McGuire. He will step aside. Forced into the game very early, the right-hander. And Akil Morris will run in. And Moreland has one of those, a 2-run single in the second inning.
Dave, while I got a chance, I'd like to thank the MIAA. Yesterday I was considered one of the legends, which was quite an honor for me to at their event last night at Gillette Stadium, which was great. And Sarah Bain was also one of the legends. Mike Eruzione, Matt Hasselback, Tony Conigliaro, his brother Richie was there to accept the award, and Dick Giron. It was hosted by Bob Lobel and Jackie McMullen. They did a great job. Nice rings given to us.
Very nice.
It was a very nice night, yeah, and it brought back a lot of great memories of high school. It really did. It was a lot of fun. So we had a good time there last night, and it's the second one they've had. They had one back in 2016. Didn't make the first one. Doug Flutie did, but made the second one. So it's been very nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, richly deserved. Seems like every couple of months you're getting inducted into another Hall of Fame.
Well,
you've got to get up and make another speech.
You know, if you stay here 90 years, you know, something good has to happen once in a while, right?
Oh, I know, but very richly deserved. That's a wonderful ring there.
That was a nice event, very nice ring, and they gave us some very nice plaques of all our pitches together. We took pictures together, and they really did a nice job. They raised quite a bit of money, so that was a good deal all the way around.
Great group. Looked like an outstanding night. Let's get on to Jemai.
Well, I got to say, Jerry, I got to apologize to you. I had all plans to go out and witness you being a legend in Massachusetts interscholastic sports, but I had a previous event. I was at the 10th annual Joe Andruzzi golf tournament. I don't know why he asked me to come out. Played 18 holes for the first time in my life. Stunk it up. Jim Rice was in my group behind me, by the way, giving me a hard time the entire time, but it was good fun though. And I was there from the morning to the afternoon, so I missed your event unfortunately, but looks like it was fun.
How'd you hit him?
Shanked him.
Shankopotamus.
Couldn't get him straight, but short game was pretty good though. I got to say that.
How did Jimmy hit him? Jimmy hit some long way.
Oh yeah, he was phenomenal as always, and he let everybody know every time he hit a beautiful shot too.
Akil Morris in with a runner at second, 2 down. Moreland is 1 for 3 in this one, hitting right at 300 with 11 home runs. Red Sox looking to add on to an 8-1 advantage. And already facing the 3rd reliever tonight for Mike Scioscia. So Morris coming in with a very high ERA, 6.17. So he's been hittable. Red Sox have doubled up the halos and hits 10-5. Bogarts at second. That'll miss inside. Red Sox continuing to score. They got 5 runs for Chris Sale on Sunday. After getting 14 runs, of course, earlier in that series in game 1 against Seattle.
It looked like on that last road trip for a couple of games they weren't going to score at all. They've changed that in a hurry.
Yeah, broke out in that last game against the Twins up the middle. Simmons is there though behind the bag. That'll do it. Red Sox add another run though. JD Martinez scalding one to the opposite field. That has become a popular thing for him to do. Red Sox leading 8-1. Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever this summer. Telescope Casual Furniture for your outdoor furniture needs. Take a closer look at the telescopecasual.com site. Toyota's official website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Well, another very productive night for Mr. Martinez. A double, a home run, 2 for 4. Red Sox have built an 8-1 lead. They have out-hit the Angels 10-5. And Heath Hembree is now into the ball game. Another strong effort out of David Price. 6 innings, 1 run, 5 hits. He struck out 7.
Yeah, outstanding again tonight, David Price. It's funny, he came out early in that game. Looked like he wanted to establish the inside part of that plate in the first inning against those hitters. He did. And that set up a lot of other pitches for him tonight.
He breezed in most of his innings.
He really did. Change-ups, cut fastballs, few curveballs.
Hembree coming on with a .386 earned run average, pitching in the 7th. So the win tonight, Price would improve to 9-5 on the season. Rick Porcello has 9 wins. He's going for number 10 tomorrow. Eddie Rodriguez has 9. He's 9-2. And of course, Chris Sale, 7-4 with a .256 ERA. Chris Young not real happy with Chris Siegel. Two. Passed him at 95. Chris Young, who had belted a home run in the 3rd inning, strikes out here.
Now the home run came on a curveball from David Price, but since then a cut fastball and a fastball will strike him out.
Quality start brought to you by BioFreeze.
Now you see the mixture of pitches tonight from David Price. I mean, the cut fastballs outside to the cut fastballs inside. Fastballs down, another cutter. Just, exactly where he wanted to throw the ball, looked like, and where it ended up.
BioFreeze pain relief that works. Red Sox are number 3 in the American League, number 6 in the majors in staff ERA, 3.52. That could well go down tonight. Red Sox starters ERA, 15 out of the last 20 games. They've allowed 2 earned runs or fewer, but the ERA since the 3rd of June is 3.12. He won't chase it. Now pitching was anticipated to be the backbone of this ball club. It has been. Red Sox at 52 and 27. Tony La Russa along with old friend Dave Dombrowski. Tony travels with the ball club quite a bit.
A great sounding board, isn't he?
Absolutely. The things he's done. Popped him up. Nunez creeping in. And 2 down. Thursday, don't miss a special encore presentation of Cape Cod, a journey to the bigs, following the stories of college baseball players competing in the Cape League, striving to reach the major leagues. Thursday afternoon, 2:30 on NESN. Presented by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Top of the order now, and Kinsler, a couple of singles and a pop-up. He's gone 2 for 4. Mike Trout next. Kinsler just hitting .218. He has hit 10 home runs. He's always had that power. A lot of power for a second baseman. But a very low batting average for him this season. So it's been a bit of a struggle for a guy who's been a really good player. Another guy is very tough to strike out.
Only 27 so far this season.
Two down, nobody aboard. 8-1 Boston in the 7th. Red Sox have scored in 5 different innings already, including 4 in the 2nd. Toronto, Houston, they're 0-0 in the 5th inning. Yankees have a 6-0 lead on the Phillies. They're in the 8th inning. Pittsburgh leads the Mets 3-2 in the 7th. Swing and a miss, and he set him down for strike 3. 2 Ks in the frame for Hembree. Should the Angels continue using Shohei Ohtani as both a pitcher and a hitter? And 54% of you would like to see that continue. It is fascinating. Such a rarity. Blake Swihart will bat for Nunez here and lead things off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox ahead 8-1. Several defensive changes for the Angels as they're down by 7 and getting late. Cole Calhoun now in the ballgame in right field. Hermosillo has moved over to left. Fletcher is now the shortstop, with Valbuena now at third base. And as mentioned, Blake Swihart in the game and hitting, batting 149, no homers, 3 runs batted in. Devers on deck, and then Vasquez. Christian Vasquez hit a bomb. Jackie Bradley is homered. So is JD Martinez and Mookie Betts. That ricochets away. Brandon Workman getting ready in the bullpen. And the 3-2 from Morris. And there's a base hit. Calhoun has scooped that up. So Swihart comes off the bench and has himself a single.
Yeah, hit a pretty tough pitch too. That fastball was down and in on Swihart, but he's able to lift it and line that shot into Right field for the base hit. It's not a bad pitch at all, but good hitting by Swihart. Calhoun has to track it down. And the Red Sox have the leadoff man on here in the 7th.
Devers has reached on an error. He's also flied out twice, but that was a big play in the 2nd inning. It helped open up the floodgates. It could have been a double play ball. Red Sox instead scored 4 times, and it piled up an 8-1 lead. I'd like to say a very happy birthday to a huge Red Sox fan in Troy, New York, Ed Carey. 87 years young. Ed loves his Red Sox. And he's loving this season. Here comes the 2-0. He attacked it. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Swihart on, nobody out. 2-2. Vasquez next. Popped up, a twisting foul back out of play. Now, the Red Sox 11 home runs against the Angels back in April in Southern California. For the most ever they've hit in any length of a series against the Angels, as Devers goes down on strikes. And tonight they've added 4. Time now for our high strength steel play, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and Chevy Silverado.
Well, last time up for Vasquez, gets a fastball inside and picks up his 3rd home run of the season. You see the location of that pitch inside part of the plate, and Vasquez takes it up off the light standard out there in left field.
He got all of it. His 3rd homer. One down, one on. High fly ball. This is deep. Hermosillo back at the wall, leaping up, but is high off the green. Swihart taking off for 3rd. He'll pull up there. It'll be a double for Vasquez, who for a moment it looked like he was on his way to a 2-home run game.
Yeah, very high for Vasquez down in that left field part of the ballpark. It's a changeup, it looks like, and it's running back in on him again. He gets the barrel of the bat out. Looked like he might have his 2nd, but it's going to bounce off the wall, and a 2nd and 3rd situation for the Red Sox. See Vasquez slowing down. He thought maybe he had enough, but not quite enough, as it lands right at about the top of the scoreboard.
Jackie Bradley lines one up the middle for a base hit. Another 3-hit game. Swihart scampering in to make it 9-1. Vasquez held at 3rd. Jackie Bradley is having himself a ball game again.
Yeah, this is good to see. It really is. He's got 3 hits on the night. Single, a drive in 2, a home run.
And 4 RBIs in this one. And now he needs a triple for the cycle.
Why do they always save the tough one for last?
Right.
Gets on top. That top spin line drive very quickly up the middle by Jackie Bradley.
So 6 hits in the last 2 games for Jackie Bradley. Mookie Betts with a home run, 2 walks, and a pretty hard hit line drive was caught by the left fielder. 1st and 3rd, 1 down. Red Sox adding on, ahead 9-1 here in game 1. And a pop-up. Fletcher out. Hermosillo coming on, and a left fielder will take it. Runners will hold at first and third. 2 down. And now Zue Lin, who has recently been promoted back to the major league team, will hit for Benintendi. Both managers going heavy to their bench here late. And Zue Lin to swing. 9 runs, 13 hits for the Sox. Lin, by the way, was hitting .299 for the Paw Sox with 4 home runs. Last 28 games, he was batting .345 before the recall. So Vasquez down to third. Jackie Bradley with 3 more hits tonight on at first. And the Red Sox getting serious production at the bottom of the order tonight between Vasquez and Bradley. Two and one. That'll pick up the inside edge.
Good pitch by Morris that time. Fastball inside part of the plate.
Morris from the set, 2-2. Slicer foul. They'll win tonight. The Red Sox should win the ball game. They will be 26 games over 500. And that would be going into game number 81, the halfway mark tomorrow. Wave and a miss, and down he goes for strike 3 to retire the side, but the Red Sox are on top 9-1. William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Boston Red Sox. Exciting games, tasty dining, great live shows. Enjoy it all at Plainridge Park Casino. And by your local New England Ford dealers. Red Sox sitting pretty tonight on a beautiful evening at Fenway, on top 9-1. Several changes here. Blake Swihart remaining in the game, playing left field. Remember, Zhu Wei Lin came on to hit, and Zhu Wei is now at second. Brock Holt is the new first baseman. He's in for Mitch Moreland. And Brandon Workman is the new pitcher with a 1.13 ERA. He's been very good in 8 appearances. Red Sox bats doing their thing, and the pitching has been excellent. Mike Trout in. He's gone 1 for 3 with a single. Hitting .325, 23 home runs. He's now trailing JD Martinez by 1 for the major league lead. JD crushing another home run tonight along with a double. Trout among the 3 MVP candidates playing in this one. Martinez and Betts certainly the others. Now, Jose Altuve has really gotten hot with a bat. He's the reigning MVP, but he hasn't had the same kind of year he had last year.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy, though, you know, in the second half of the season that can just take off.
Sure can. He's going to get 200 hits no matter what, but you're right. I mean, he can also add to power and RBIs too.
Yeah, you know, say 200 hits. I mean, that's a lot of hits.
He's a great ball player. Mookie crushing a home run to the bullpen. JD Martinez crushing one to the bullpen. Popped him up, but backing out of play. Here's the upcoming schedule presented by Buick. Red Sox headed for the Bronx over the weekend. And a giant series with the Yankees, of course. Yankees have a 6-0 lead on the Phillies in the 9th inning. Phillies are not putting up much of a fight. Foul tip to the mitt, struck him out. So Mike Trout goes down hacking.
Yeah, chasing a high fastball that time from Workman. You know, Workman is known for his curveball, his 12-6 curveball, but this time the fastball becomes overpowering for Trout. Elevate by purpose and pick up the strikeout.
1 man away. Cole Calhoun will climb in. First at bat tonight. He's taken over as the right fielder. And the 0-1 from Workman. Pujols on deck. Workman now 29 years old. He turns 30 on the 13th of August. Remember when he made his major league debut in 2013 with the Red Sox, he took a no-hitter into the 7th inning of his first major league start. It was July of that year at Oakland. It was broken up by Josh Donaldson, a 2-run homer in the 7th inning, but he would later go on to be a very important guy in the bullpen in the World Series run. And still later, of course, Tommy John. He's had to make it all the way back from that. Calhoun is 1 for 1 against him in his career. And a 1-2 pitch. Houston now the 2-0 lead on Toronto, 6th inning. David Price went 6 very good innings. He allowed only 5 hits, 1 run, struck out 7. In line for the win. And the left-hander would improve to 9-5 with a W. And tomorrow, as mentioned, Rick Porcello can win his 10th. Rick is 9-3, 344 earned run average. Payoff pitch. Smack toward right center field. On his horse, Jackie Bradley pulls up, makes the play. Knows exactly where to go, right to that spot. Time for a game break. Brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. Well, he's having a great year. Severino, his Pujols now, he's gone 0 for 3. He's grounded out and he struck out twice. 2 away in the top of the 8th. The Angels with a loss here tonight and a Houston win would fall to 11.5 back. That one driven deep. On the move, Bradley leaps up. He's got it in front of the bullpen. Jackie on the move, and they go 1-2-3.
Hats off for heroes, because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Bottom of the 8th at Fenway. Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien, and Jemai Webster alongside. Red Sox with a 9-1 beating up of the Angels. They have out-hit Anaheim. Los Angeles Angels 13-5. That one flied into center field by Martinez, racing back deep, way back there. He's got it. Young way out there, not long away from the 420 mark. Time for the carrying the freight moment, brought to you by Old Dominion. His home run back in the 6th.
Yeah, and the home run going to the opposite field. Number 24 on the season for J.D. Martinez. Perfect swing and takes out into the Red Sox bullpen, where Hector Vasquez makes the catch on it. And another hug and dance from Brock Holt.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Sox 31-5 when hitting multiple home runs. and 4 tonight. Xander Bogaerts 1 for 3 with a double. Haley loosening in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Justin Haley getting loose. Jose Briseño is taken over at first base for the Angels. So they've made a lot of changes in the last couple of innings. Two and one.
Well, the Angels always have a soft spot in my heart, obviously, as they came up through that organization. Not when they play the Red Sox, but they took a shot on a kid from Somerset, Massachusetts a long time ago and was able to get to the big leagues with that club. Spent 3 years here, and for 2 of those 3 we were absolutely horrible. We just could not score runs. We had great pitching.
Fouled away at the plate. Now, for every Red Sox hit in June, Echo Store Technologies donates $50 to the Sean Thornton Foundation, raising funds to find a cure for Parkinson's and pediatric cancer. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Three and two on Xander. Who's your favorite Angel to play with?
Nolan Ryan, without question. Yeah, he was a class act right from the first day that I met him. We had Ryan, we had Tanana, we had Figueroa. We had some good pitches, but if we got 1 run, we said hold them right there because that's about all you're going to get.
Outside ball 4. It must have been something in the air in Southern California, because the Dodgers for so long, when they had Koufax and Drysdale, they were the same way, weren't they?
Yeah, well, we hated the Dodgers, obviously, you know, because they got all the attention, and they would treat us like a AAA ball club, you know. So we weren't very fond of that organization at all, and kind of that sticks with you throughout your life, you know.
I'll bet.
But you know, in those days, I mean, we were a young team.
Shot. That's going to be a fair ball down the line by Brock Holt. It caroms into right field to Calhoun. That'll be 2 bases for Brock as he slides into second. Xander Bogaerts down to third.
Oh, it's nice to get into the game late and pick up yourself a base hit. In this case, a double for Brock Holt right down the first base line. He gets that fastball down and in, and he hooks it. So second and third situation for the Red Sox. But we had I came up in a spot where I was very lucky because they were going with young players, and so it got you to the big leagues maybe a year earlier than you probably would have got there. But we were not too good offensively.
In there for a strike, and Blake Swihart, who has a base hit. Red Sox have 14. And the Red Sox looking for more runs, ahead 9-1. That one bounces right by everybody. It caroms back, play at the plate, and he's out at home. Xander Bogaerts cut down on a play at the plate. That one skipped way out in front of home plate. Maldonado got lucky as it caromed hard right back to him.
Yeah, it looks like the Red Sox want to take a look, maybe take a look at this play at home plate.
Maldonado's going to maybe need some attention, and Trainer's coming out.
He made a heck of a play, didn't he? That ball gets by him, comes back, bounces, he hustles back after scooping it with the glove and applies the tag. Now the question was the foot on the bag before the tag, and I don't think so. I think he made one heck of a play right there. Watch the glove come in front of the plate and tag the foot. I don't think the foot ever got to the plate till after the tag was there.
Yep. And the Red Sox are not going to challenge it. Chris Siegel, the home plate umpire, could not have had a better angle.
Yes.
Hole winds up at third base with 2 down. And a 1-1 to Swihart. A rocket toward the alley. Calhoun is going to make the play, moving quickly. Red Sox hit it hard, but no runs in this inning.
Sync Sox games with your desktop or mobile calendar. The official downloadable schedule from the home of the Boston Red Sox is now available at NESN.com/schedule. Get up-to-the-minute game previews, Sox stories, and the latest ticket information. The calendar is compatible with all of your devices, so you can get reminders next to your meetings and never miss a game. The 2018 Red Sox downloadable schedule. Go to NESN.com/schedule to add the full season today. Presented by Franklin Sports.
We average 4,000 daily flights and 100 destinations, but they all go to the same place, somewhere you love. Low fares and no hidden fees to your favorite places. That's transparency. At Southwest, we put people first, from fares to fee policies to our rewards program. And somehow putting you first made us first. I guess that makes us both number one. Low fares, great service, that's transparency.
My classic Venus two-piece sectional, only $5.99 with eye-catching throw pillows. In blue or dune. Have more space? My Venus four-piece sectional is only $9.99. That's a lot of sectional for only $9.99. But what's the best section? This one's nice. Party section. And this spot is perfect for... I'm awake. How did I get in this Bob's commercial?
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Sometimes a day at the ballpark is more than just a day at the ballpark.
All military members stand and be recognized.
Sometimes fans cheer for those who wear a different uniform. No matter where or when you served, T-Mobile stands ready to serve you. That's why we're providing half-off family lines to all military.
Join Pedro and Carolina Martinez at the Pedro Martinez Charity's second annual Feast with 45 this Friday at Fenway. Celebrate a night of baseball, food, and drink with 45 of the best chefs in Boston. Tickets available at PedroMartinezCharity.com. Ninth inning now. Red Sox have dominated again. They're on top 9-1. Justin Haley coming out of the bullpen. He was just recalled today from the Paw Sox, with Stephen Wright going on the DL because of a knee. So he is up for the second time from the minor leagues. Valbuena the first man to face him in this inning. And the Red Sox are sailing to another victory here tonight. 9 runs, 14 hits. For the Angels, 1 run, only 5 hits. A lot of Red Sox hitters have had excellent nights. None better than Jackie Bradley Jr., who had 3 hits on Sunday, has 3 more in this one, including a home run. Mookie Betts with a blast, JD Martinez with a blast, and Christian Vasquez with a home run. And the Red Sox on their way to win number 53. Alex Cora and company setting some pace for the 2018 Red Sox. And a 1-2. Game 2 of the series tomorrow night, 7:10 first pitch. Rick Porcello will throw that. Sox have yet to determine who they're going to pitch on Thursday because Wright was scheduled to go, but he's now on the DL. If you're wondering about Pomeranz, he will not be ready. So he is not in that discussion. Trying to work his way back into the rotation. And Haley with a 1-2. Fly to right field. Betts right there, in a little bit now. One gone. Talked about Jackie Bradley. Time for our tools of the trade presented by Stanley.
Well, quite a night for Jackie. First of all, he gets a pitch at the end of the bat and drives in 2 runs with a single to the opposite field. Next time up, he goes to the opposite field again, this time for a home run. His 5th of the season. And then a line shot right back up the middle to drive in another run in the 7th inning. So big night out of the 9 spot for Jackie Bradley Jr.
Stanley, the official tools of the Boston Red Sox. 1 out 9th inning. Maldonado will take a ball. He is hitless, 0 for 3. Mike Trout 1 for 4 with a base hit tonight. Albert Pujols is 0 for 4. Right now, the only run for the Halos came in the 3rd inning. Swinging bunt here. Vasquez to spin, fire, and get him. 2 down. Here's a game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Red Sox blasted away against John Lamb, their starter. He was gone after an inning and 2/3. David Price really good again. 6 innings, 5 hits, just 1 run. He struck out 7. He was really in command. Bradley 3 for 4 as mentioned. Jackie with a home run and Mookie Betts with another, number 20 on the first pitch he got. Leading it off for the Red Sox in the 1st inning. Plenty of offense here tonight against the Angels. That's been the case every time the Red Sox have played the Angels this season, all 4 games. None of them have been close, not yet. And a 2-0. Fletcher the batter. He's gone 0 for 2 with a walk. So the ride to DC is going to take us 4 hours.
Well, we have multiple people who would like to drive us down there. As a matter of fact, the most interesting one is the one going to Woodstock first. That's not a lie.
Woodstock first.
They got a van. They would like to go to Woodstock and then down to DC.
Oh, that sounds safe. That's a good way to go.
Maybe we'll get a good rainstorm while we're there too. We can push the van right out of the mud.
Yeah, that's my kind of trip. Here's the 3-1. And popped him up. That should do it. Zue Lin to make the catch, and the Red Sox win again. This time for the 53rd time. 53 and 27 TC.